Hey YouTube, it's Andrew again at Before the Core. In our last video, we covered all the changes that have been made to boot camp over the last year as we continue to deal with all the stuff going on in the world. In this video, we're going to talk about quarantine. As you know, all Poolees are required to quarantine for a minimum of 2 weeks before starting boot camp. Poolees shipping to the West Coast are going to quarantine in San Diego. Poolees shipping to the East Coast are quarantining in Jacksonville, Florida. We got a ton of follow-up questions asking us about what the quarantine process looks like. In this video, we'll cover shipping, testing, the hotel quarantine routine, and finally, heading to the yellow footprints. Let's get into it. In normal times, a Poolee would head to MEPS and then spend the night at a hotel before shipping directly to the depot the next morning. Currently, the MEPS process is still the same. However, once you finish at MEPS, you'll travel to a quarantine location instead of directly to the yellow footprints. You'll travel from home on a bus or plane with an itinerary that's been arranged for you by your recruiter. If you travel by air, once you arrive at your final destination, you'll head over to the USO and hang out until a Marine shows up, gathers all the Poolees, and puts you onto buses. On both coasts, the bus ride will be less than an hour from the airport to the hotel. The hotels you'll stay at are a Sheraton, a Holiday Inn, or some other large-scale hotel chain that'll accommodate all you guys. When you arrive, you're turned over to troop handlers. These troop handlers are Marines who have been specially selected for this duty. They're going to issue you a sea bag, which you'll immediately fill up with basic gear, such as hygiene equipment and your PT uniform. This includes green undershirts, skivvy shorts, white socks, underwear, and running shoes known as Go Fasters. You'll make your one phone call letting your family know you made it. It's not the typical boot camp phone call where you're screaming and DIs are yelling at you, but it is scripted and it is short. When you ship, you can and should bring your cell phone, charger, 2 books, and any other items directed by your recruiter. Females, you should bring any feminine hygiene products you may need. Many of your personal items, such as your cell phone, will be confiscated and secured upon arrival, but returned to you after you complete the crucible. For a full list of what you can bring, visit our website. Don't bring any extra stuff, as it'll be discovered in the contraband room while you're going through in-processing and be thrown away. At the hotel, you'll go to the contraband room, dump out all of your gear, and then be issued a small blue valuable bag where you'll place your wallet and other valuables. The handlers will take your cell phone and place it in storage. Again, anything else is considered contraband and will be thrown away or shipped back home if it's valuable. You'll take the civilian clothes you traveled in and put them into a big trash bag, wrap it up, tape it shut, write your name and room number on it, and turn it in. You'll do some very basic admin and be handed your personnel record book or PRB. After all this, the troop handlers pair you up with another recruit, give you a small room card with your room number on it. They then tell you the rules of being on the deck you're assigned to, and finally, around 1 o'clock in the morning, you're checked into your room and settle in for your 2-week quarantine. The daily routine is pretty dull if we're being honest. Lights come on at 05. You'll have breakfast around 06, and you'll PT at 07. After, you have time to shower, clean up, and then some downtime until they bring lunch at around 11:30ish. Around 13, they come by to collect the garbage, then it's more downtime until evening chow at 17:30, hygiene at 1800, and lights out at 2000. We'll break down how all this works now. Chow is delivered by hot trays, which is basically room service outside your door 3 times a day. The food is pretty standard. Eggs or cereal and such for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, etc. We've heard the food isn't too bad at all. You'll probably like it. PT. The staff will provide some classes and all the PT sessions over the TV in your hotel room on a specified channel at specified times. PT is an in-room workout that consists of a warm-up, some calisthenics, a cool-down, and some stretching. Religious services. Religious services will be made available on the same special channel on Sunday mornings, and movies will be played occasionally to help you pass the time. Phone calls. You can't make any outgoing calls while in quarantine, so it's mostly a lot of push-ups, sit-ups, reading, watching TV, and sleeping. Like we said, pretty dull. Laundry and room cleaning. Every 4 days, you'll do laundry and have your room cleaned. To have your laundry done, you'll place it in a mesh bag with your last name and room number on it. Hotel staff will knock on your door when it is your round for turn-in, and you hand it to them outside of the room. They'll wash it and bring it back later that day or early the next day, returning it to you. Your room gets cleaned by the hotel maid. While this is done, you'll step outside and stay in the hallway while the staff member goes through your room. You'll be brought fresh towels, fresh sheets, and more. I cannot emphasize enough that you will quarantine for a minimum of 14 days. I say minimum because there are quite a few recruits who have quarantined for longer. When you get to the hotel, stay masked up and socially distance as much as possible. Unfortunately, at this time, we know of no exception, even for those who may already be vaccinated prior to shipping to quarantine. On the 13th day, you'll get tested for COVID. Navy medical staff, such as a corpsman or a doc, or maybe even a Marine, will come by your room early in the morning and they'll give a test swab to you and your roommate. Obviously, the goal is to be negative. However, if you or your roommate test positive, you both get an extra 2 weeks in quarantine. If you don't hear anything, you'll pack everything into your sea bag, put on your sweat tops and bottoms, and wait to be told when you need to depart your room. You're going to be getting on the bus to go to the depot. At this time, you'll be assigned a platoon and platoon numbers such as 1001, 4021, 2072, etc. Early in the morning, you'll head downstairs and onto the buses to begin the drive to the depot. From Jacksonville to Parris Island is about 3 hours. From San Diego, it's about 30 minutes from the hotel to the depot. Once you arrive on your depot, you'll complete the remainder of receiving and in processing like normal. This includes standing on the iconic yellow footprints, your phone call home, speeches from the receiving drill instructors, and other intake steps. You'll spend the next few days completing medical and dental screening, running around and getting gear issued, dragging sea bags, a main pack rifle, and just getting used to being bald if you're a guy. Welcome to boot camp. So that's everything about the quarantine process before boot camp, courtesy of COVID-19. What questions do you have? Leave them in the comments below. Also, hit us up at Before the Corps on Instagram or www.beforethecorps.com. We're also active on Facebook, Spotify, and Discord. Like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, help our channel grow. What do you want to see next? Anything you want to see the BTC team cover? We want to help you succeed in your journey. Leave your questions in the comments. See you next time. BTC Actual.